What do you do, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. In case you all haven't noticed, you're watching Bonjaholics. And today, I'm going to give you all my thoughts on if Bryce Young deserves to be benched and what the problem with the Carolina Panthers is. Roll it! Alright, so the first question is, did Bryce Young deserve to be benched? And my answer, he did not deserve to be benched, but it was probably best that he did. It was a good decision in the long term, but did he deserve it? No. So here's why. The Panthers, Bryce Young is a good quarterback, but let's roll it back to when he got drafted. So he got drafted 2 years ago. CJ Stroud was in the class, and I remember my mom asked me, like leading up to this, like a month ahead of time, who do you want the Panthers to draft? Because I'm from Charlotte, so Panthers are my hometown team, and I said I want CJ Stroud. I said that months ahead before the draft happened. And then the Panthers traded up with the Bears, and I thought, oh my God, they're trading up to get CJ Stroud. No, they got absolutely fleeced by the Bears. They traded up to get Bryce Young. I was like, he could be the second best quarterback in the draft. Great, it could be a good pick in the long run. We'll see. So first season rolls around, and let's see his season stats. So his first season, which was last year, he had played 16 games. He had 315 completions out of 527 pass attempts, so a completion percentage of 59.8, which is not bad for a rookie. He had 2,877 pass yards with 11 TDs and 10 interceptions, but he was sacked 62 times with a rating of 73.7 and a QBR of 34.1. So, I mean, as a rookie, that's not like spectacular, but it's not bad. It's average. For the team he was put in the Panthers team last season that had no offensive line, no weapons besides Adam Thielen, no tight end, horrible coach. Frank Reich was awful. He was terrible. Horrible coach, worst ownership in football, worst ownership probably in all of sports. David Tepper's probably by far and away the worst owner. There's no one. He's like up here. Everyone else, everyone's like at least here or higher. He is down. Oh, maybe I should do down. I mean, if you're going by far as the worst, he's up here, but he's also down here level-wise. So he's just terrible. So not bad. So now we look into this year. First, he only played 2 games. He was benched after the second. So in those 2 games, he had 31 completions out of 56 pass attempts for a completion percentage of 55.4, which in 2 games, it's only in 2 games, so it's a little smaller of a sample size. He had 245 pass yards with 0 TDs, 3 interceptions, and sacked 6 times. So rating of 44.1, a QBR of 9.1. In the 2-game sample size, that is a significant drop down, and you can't even blame the O-line. A lot of people are blaming the O-line for his struggles this year. The O-line, statistically speaking, I'm pretty sure is top 5 in football. The center hasn't allowed a single pressure, Austin Corbett. He is one of the highest rated centers. So the O-line is not to blame at all. Zero blame, not at all. Coaching, not to blame. Dave Canales, I would say, is definitely a great coach for Carolina, and they need to continue on with him, and hopefully things work out with him. He looks great from a coach leader standpoint, and every other aspect of coaching pretty much. And his decision to bench Bryce Young, which I think was the right decision. Did Bryce just deserve it? No. But was it the right decision? Yes. So Red Rifle came in. He played well. First 300-yard, 3 TD game of the season, and first 300 yard since before Bryce Young was their passing yard game. So I think it's the perfect opportunity for Bryce Young to sit and learn, which I think rookies should never come into the league their first year and immediately start. The only exception that I've seen these past couple of years consistently, it's too early in the season to tell Jaden Daniels, all those rookies, but was CJ Stroud. But in my opinion, rookies should always have a year to learn from the experienced veteran, because after that year they're going to look better. And so benching Bryce Young, having him benched, he'll get to learn behind the Red Rifle, who is an above average quarterback. He's always been an above average quarterback. The Red Rifle, that's one of the best things in football. He'll get to learn, and hopefully next year he'll take that leap that Panthers fans have been hoping for. And yeah, and 2, he has not had great head coaching until now, so he's probably not used to it. I think his confidence is just shot because of Frank Reich, and the spot he was put in last year was the worst spot in football. And I think that just destroyed his confidence, and that's what you saw the first week. It's a destroyed, confident quarterback. I also think he has problems seeing over the O-line. I'm not going to lie, because he's short. I think he can't read the field all that great, which needs some work. Dave Canales, great call on benching him. Hopefully he'll learn. He is a great teammate. He is always on the sidelines cheering Andy Dalton on. He's an amazing teammate, amazing leader, so I'm obviously rooting for him. I want to root for him. Now, what is the actual problem in Carolina and why the Panthers will probably continue to struggle? I don't think they're going to do much with Andy Dalton, this quarterback, but I think it's the ownership. The ownership is awful. The general manager, Dan Morgan, is also pretty bad. I think he's not a good general manager. But David Tepper, my word. I mean, the Panthers fans want him gone. I have not met a Panthers fan that has liked the dude. He's terrible. If your owner is throwing drinks on a fan, he's awful. He shouldn't be an owner. He should have never have been an owner. The thing is with him, he's not letting the coaches or the people that know football make decisions. I guess until this year, because before that, he's the one who hired Frank Reich. He's the one who hired, Matt Rule. Matt Rule, worst signing probably in Panthers history, and he's the one who hired Dan Morgan. He's the one who drafted Bryce Young instead of C.J. Stroud. I think he needs to sit back and let the people that know football do their job, because he obviously does not know football. We all know that. He obviously does not. So now, let's look at the previous quarterbacks, Panthers, and how they've been destroyed, and now they're thriving. So we look at Baker Mayfield. He horrible on the Panthers, and now look at him. He's on the Bucks. They look great. They're 2-1, playing well. They looked great last year in the playoffs, I'm pretty sure. Now we have Sam Darnold. Terrible on the Panthers. Terrible. And now he is on the Vikings, and he's one of the front runners for MVP. He's got them 3-0, and they look great. So, again, it is definitely not a quarterback standpoint, because I guarantee you if Bryce Young was somewhere else this year, he'd be looking better. So, yeah, and Cam Newton, when he was there, when they had him and Teddy Bridgewater, never played well for the Panthers. I mean, maybe had a good game or two, but he was never consistently good. And Cam came back and had 3 days to learn the playbook, and then was thrown under the bus when they would lose by Matt Rule. It was just a horribly run team, and it still is by David Tepper. But Andy Dalton managed to win with it. So, again, the benching was called for. It's a good benching by Dave Canales, and hopefully it pays off in the long run. And hopefully next season, Bryce Young will look good after learning behind Andy Dalton, which was needed for him. Hopefully his confidence comes back. I'm rooting for him. I think everyone should be rooting for him. He's such a great, humble guy. So, yeah, that was my thoughts on the Panthers. Did Bryce Young deserve to be benched? Kind of the whole spiel on that team. So if you guys have any videos you want to see on my thoughts of, it could be any sports, it could be basketball. Well, basketball's not in season, but it could be baseball, it could be NFL. Just put them down below, and I'll knock them out for you. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.